Hey everyone, Couch Investor back with another Square video for you today. So in today's video, we're going to discuss what we can expect from Square earnings, which is just 1 week away. PayPal reported earnings on the 3rd of February. Since then, both stocks actually went up. So you might see a correlation in that. We're going to look at PayPal's number as well in this video and see how that might reflect on Square. We're also going to talk about the effect of Bitcoin on Square's potential earnings and the potential effect of what has happened with Robinhood and how that can affect positively on Cash App. All of that will be discussed in this video. Before I do so, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you like these videos, leave an early thumbs up as it really helps me out grow the channel and get my videos out there. So without further ado, charts first. Right, so Square first, as we can see, since PayPal reported earnings right around here, the stock is up 19% to a new all-time high of $272. 1 week from now, we will have seen Square's earnings, so a lot can happen from the day this video gets posted until the earnings report. If earnings are great, which in my opinion should be great, looking at what PayPal has reported, then we might see the stock go up, but there are extremely high expectations for Square. So be on the lookout for that. Now looking at PayPal, overall, same thing. Earnings were here. The stock is up 17.8%. Big gap up after earnings because earnings were actually incredible. We're going to look at that in a bit. Most of you ask me actually what I think about PayPal because, well, I almost never cover that stock. I always talk about Square. Most of you know I'm a Square bull, but that doesn't mean I don't like their competitors like PayPal. I actually use PayPal for most of my payments because it's just so easy and because in Europe there is no Cash App. So obviously I will have to use the next best thing, which is PayPal. But overall, this stock, even being such a big company already, has reported great earnings, which we will see right now. You can see here net revenues are up 23%. For a company like PayPal, reporting 23% year over year change is a pretty big deal. Earnings per share were up as well. I think the estimates were $1. Now it's $1.08, but still 29% year over year change. I think it's the most aggressive growth they've seen since 2017. Now the overall numbers are also great. Net new active accounts up 72%. Total payment volume up 36%, and like we've seen, net revenue up 23%. Now all of that is great. It's a great indicator to what Square might be reporting. That doesn't mean that Square will be reporting crazy numbers. I expect them to be reporting very, very good numbers, but looking at PayPal, just like we've seen with Facebook, Snapchat, and Pinterest, usually when one of those companies report an increase in ad spending, increase in ad revenue, the other company will probably follow because they all fall under the same umbrella, the same segment of ad revenue. Same thing can be done here. If PayPal reported crazy earnings, we might see Square doing the same. Now, how much of this is already priced in? Because, well, since PayPal reported earnings, Square has gone up 18-19%. So some might say it's already priced in. Even if they report great earnings and great guidance for 2021, the stock might not jump higher because it already jumped on the expectations of it reporting great numbers, which if you ask me makes total sense. I would not be mad if Square reports great earnings and the stock doesn't move one bit. I think the stock has been moving on the upside quite a lot, and I think us investors should be happy with the way things are going stock-wise for Square. Company-wise, I would love to see them aggressively growing and expanding in 2021. I think that's supposed to happen right now because, in my opinion, they have been slacking a bit with the expansions, with their payment processing systems. PayPal is slowly but surely gaining more and more traction. I know Cash App is huge. Cash App, like we've seen, is probably bigger socially than Venmo. We've seen that with their Instagram pages and Twitter pages. They appeal much more to the younger generation. But for Square to reach that next level, to be the next PayPal, let's say, they will need to expand and expand quickly, open up Cash App to Europeans, open up Cash Apps maybe to other continents. I know in Australia, lots of the viewers here are from Australia, so they would love to have Cash App available there. I talked about this in a couple of videos where you're at a checkout on the website. Usually you see Google Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal, or pay with your credit card. I would like them to add pay with Cash App. I think those little processing fees could be adding so much revenue, future revenue for Square. I think every website, every shop that is made through Square, through the seller side of Square, should have a default checkout button which is pay with Cash App to incentivize people to download the app and pay through Square. Another thing I want them to add is the buy now, pay later. We've seen it with Affirm, we've seen it actually, PayPal actually implemented that as well. Lots of other companies probably doing the same, but this is again something Square should be on it right now. We've seen the revenue generated for those companies with those buy now, pay later, especially now with the pandemic, with people maybe not having enough money right now, maybe money coming up later. Buy now, pay later should be something and should be an option that Square integrates as soon as possible. I know they've introduced something called Square Installments, but that's not what I'm talking about. I really want to have this button like Affirm, buy now, pay later. Another key indicator and key aspect for Square's potential great earnings is obviously Bitcoin. Since they have purchased their $50 million worth of Bitcoin in October, this is now worth over, I think, $217 million, approximately, give or take, depending on the volatility of today. But for the Q4 earnings, you will only get the price action between October and the end of December. So I think beginning of October, it was at $10,000. End of December, we were close to $30,000. So you'll probably see those revenues generated thanks to Bitcoin. Like always, I don't know why they put that as revenue, because if you buy, let's say, $1,000 worth of Bitcoin through Cash App, this is calculated as revenue. I know they write it on the side that this is not really revenue, etc. But you will see lots of interactions thanks to the crypto boom. People might be using Cash App more and more, and maybe thanks to that, use other services that Square offers. Now, one thing we won't see in this earnings report is the potential exodus from Robinhood to Cash App, because this happened after Q4, but this could be a very, very good thing for Q1, which is the next earnings report in another 3 months. If lots of people have left Robinhood because of what happened with Gamestop and the trading stops and etc., we might see a very, very good Q1 for Square, maybe for Venmo as well, but you aren't going to see that right now. Right, so to conclude, I expect great earnings for Square, but I would expect more aggressive growth moving forward. I would like them to have a very, very good and aggressive guidance for 2021. Maybe reveal some new stuff, I don't know, but it's time for Square to hit the aggressive and growth button. That will be it for this video. Leave it down in the comments below what your expectations for Square are for the earnings report and moving forward. I'm really interested to hearing that. And if you like these videos, leave it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.